Hello and welcome to the United Stand. This is your Manchester United Transfer Daily, giving you all the latest Manchester United news with that real fan opinion. Manchester United versus Arsenal in the battle for Mesut Ozil. I'll be talking about that in a moment, but first of all, I think it should be a new regular really. The biggest load of nonsense, fake news, transfer news of the day has to be Jose Mourinho in the Express has apparently said he's going to leave for PSG unless Manchester United buy Kante from Chelsea. I mean, just where, why, how, who? I mean, what a load of nonsense. When is he? He's never even had Kante. Kante's not one of his players. Why would we want Kante? Why would he use it as a threat to leave to go to PSG if he doesn't get Kante? Kante is a centre defensive midfielder. We need attackers. I mean, whew. I mean, if you want to sell papers and you want to get people to click your articles, at least say Mourinho has said he won't go. He's going to PSG unless we sign Messi. You know, give us something believable. I mean, what nonsense! Absolute nonsense. We'll also be talking about Leon Bailey, Darmian, Alexandro, something else. But let's start off with Mesut Ozil. Spoke about it briefly last night. Mesut Ozil has not signed a new contract at Arsenal, and despite what everybody is saying, whether it's the press, fans, or anything else, that there's no way Ozil's coming to Manchester United, I have a theory, and sometimes my theories are wrong, and sometimes my theories are right. But why has he not signed a contract for Arsenal yet? There's rumours he's going to sign a new contract for £300,000 a week, which is not to be sniffed at. But as I said last night on the show, using the Fellaini adage, Fellaini is free to go in May. We want him to sign a new contract for some reason, but he's free to go in May. Ozil's free to go in May. The reality is that if Fellaini signs a new contract of £200,000 a week at Manchester United, or Ozil signs a new contract at Arsenal for £300,000 a week, they are still massively doing themselves out of a lot of money. Because if they leave to go wherever they want to go in the summer, the reality is that the clubs who buy them don't have to pay a transfer fee. So Mr. Agent of Fellaini and Ozil will say, well, you're getting them for free. Yes, we'll take the £200,000 or £300,000 a week that United or Arsenal are going to pay them. But we also want £10, £15 million signing on fee because you're getting them for free. Now, is Ozil going to walk away from that just to stay at Arsenal where he's never going to win anything in his life? Or is he going to go, you know what? Nice, thanks for the contract, but I quite fancy a last big payday at 28 years of age, and I'd like 10 or 15 million quid in my pocket. So I'm not bought on this whole he's going to sign a new contract at Arsenal, and I'm hoping and hanging out that maybe there is something that can be done. It would be unprecedented, I agree. It would be unprecedented to take it. Well, it wouldn't. Van Persie, Premier League title, Guard of Honour, you know, could happen again. But we need a number 10, and I want a number 10 in January, and to be honest with you, there is nobody available that we're going to get as a number 10 in January. And I think, yes, wingers are nice. But as I said last night, have we got enough to get top four? We certainly aren't going to win the Champions League. And even if we get Ozil, would he go into the Champions League? I seem to think he can. I think he can because he's only played in the Europa League. Same as if Sanchez goes to Man City. So, I don't know, just offer him 30 million. Offer him 30 million. It's 30 million more than Arsenal would get. And I think that battle is still there to be won. And just because we're apparently not in for him at the moment, doesn't mean we're not in for him tomorrow. And also, Ozil, Mourinho, relationship from Madrid. I still hope and think it can happen. Because to be honest, in relation to top quality number 10s that we can bring in January, not the summer. I granted, you know, the summer, Dybala, Griezmann could be on and Bale could be opportunities. They could. Maybe far-fetched, but they could. But for now, I think Ozil's the only one we can do. Anyway, Leon Bailey has been mentioned. We did mention him on the show last summer. I think we mentioned him on the show the summer before. 20 years of age, formerly of Genk, currently at Bayer Leverkusen. Jamaican, just under 6 foot, 20 years of age, like I said. Very fast, very skillful, brilliant left foot. I think he's got something like 8 goals in 16 games this season for Leverkusen. They're challenging for Champions League football in the Bundesliga. He's got a few assists as well. Was linked to United. Obviously, I don't think, you know, United buying players from Genk or Anderlecht, expect Tielemans. A bit like Tielemans, isn't it? Bit like Dendoncker. Dendoncker. Ever thought we might go for him in January? That's gone a bit quiet. I think you've got to let them go, like Tielemans to Monaco and Bailly to Leverkusen, and see how they do at that next step. But apparently Chelsea, Arsenal and United are all interested in this lad. He's got a 5-year contract at Leverkusen. He's had half a good season at Leverkusen. He would be a summer signing, if anything. But it is interesting. It is very interesting because he's a very skillful player. But he's only 2 years older than Tahith Chong, and I think Chong's going to be better. So anyway, that's Leon Bailey. Alexandro, Chelsea apparently out of the running. I think I mentioned that yesterday morning. Clear run for United. Got Luke Shaw, man. We got Luke Shaw. Talking of which, Alexandro plays for Juventus. Juventus apparently want Matteo Darmian in the summer and are willing to take him off our hands for £15 million. Can we drop it to 10 and they take it in January? I mean, seriously, I would like to see us move Darmian on. I don't see a future for him at Manchester United. I think it's just elongating the inevitable. And to be honest, Darmian was so bad the last time he played. I think it was Bristol City. That I don't even want Darmian playing as a backup if we need to rest Valencia and Young. I'd rather play Twansibi. So I'd like to see Darmian go in the summer in January. My concern is, again, that it doesn't look like we're going to offload anyone in January, and I've got massive concerns about this summer transfer window. It isn't a long one. It's reduced anyway to the middle of August, to the start of the transfer window. It's also halved by the World Cup. We'll also be on tour, and we know we need at least 3, possibly 4 or 5 players in, and we need to get rid of at least probably 3, maybe 4 or 5 players. We are not going to do... I'll be amazed if we do more than 5 transfer deals in the summer. And that includes ins and outs. So what we're going to end up with this summer, going into next season, when Man City will definitely probably have Alexis Sanchez and strengthen further, and we've got to make up probably 20 points on them, we are going to add 2 players and let 2 go. And it's just not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. So January for me, and many other fans, we've got to do something with it. And I want to see people coming in the door, but I also would like to see a couple go. And I don't know. Look, it's only the 9th of January. There's 21 days. There's 22 days. And we can do stuff. And I don't think we're going to do anything this week because we're in Dubai. But what are your thoughts? Get commenting below on this one. How are you feeling about this January transfer window? Are you starting to feel a bit relaxed and maybe we should just wait till the summer? Or is it a wasted transfer window if we do absolutely nothing? And if you were in charge, what would you do? And within realistic, let's be realistic about this. Who would you be bringing in and would you let players go? Because some people think, well, you know, Blind, Darmian, even Fellaini out of contract, keep them because they know what United are about, they know what Mourinho's all about, and you know, over the last few months of the season they could be really useful rather than bringing somebody in. But I think get that business done now, because it's business we don't have to do in the summer, where we can focus on, even if we can't get the replacements in January, we can get them in afterwards. So that's how I would feel about it. There is not really any likelihood of Darmian going, not really any likelihood of Blind going. I think Fellaini will either sign a new contract or definitely stay till May. So who's going out the door? There isn't anybody. They're the 3 for me that are favourites to go. Nobody else is going to go. You know, maybe in the summer Herrera will go. Potentially Mata will go. I mean, I'm not necessarily happy about those 2 people going, but they're not going in January. So it looks like we're not going to move anybody on, despite every United fan knowing we've got a lot of deadwood. As for coming in, I don't know. I'm going to do this every day now just for the laugh. I'm still going to rank who I think are the top 3 players we're going to bring in. Yesterday it was Malcolm, Mahrez, and I think it was still Ozil. I'm going to actually have a change. I'm still going to put Malcolm at number 1. I'm going to put Ozil at number 2. And I'm going to drop Mahrez out of the top 3. And I'm going to bring Thomas Meunier in at 3. That's where I'm going today. But don't know what you lot think. Thanks everyone for watching. Give us a like on the video. Give us your thoughts below. Look, I know, I can understand people are going to go, why keep going on about Ozil? But until he signs that new contract, and whilst Manchester United need a top-class number 10 who can play in other positions as well, I'm going to just think, you know what? I don't think it makes sense for him to stay at Arsenal and see his career out there. He's better than that. He's done his service to Arsenal. You know, he's served his sentence. He's better than that. He can do better than that. And also, financially, it's stupid to just sign a contract at Arsenal for £300,000 a week when you're out of contract and you can pocket yourself 10 million at any club you go to. And exactly the same problem lies for Manchester United and Fellaini. To keep him, we would have to give him 200 grand a week at least, which he isn't worth, because he can go to Turkey or wherever. Even PSG's been mentioned, and pocket a massive signing on fee. So until Ozil signs a new contract, I refuse to believe he's going to stay there. And I think United have got to be contenders, because this January, I don't think there's a realistic number 10 available other than him. Thanks for watching. Let's keep hoping. I'll be back tonight at 8 o'clock announcing the shirt winner. That'll be announced at 8 o'clock tonight live. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to drop a like on Transfer Daily, and I'll speak to you all later on tonight. Thanks for watching. See you all soon.